CB Tech Stuff. Back again. So a couple days ago was my birthday, and recently I've been getting back into playing guitar. However, I've noticed that one of my guitars, in particular this Kramer Focus, that I've had for probably about 8-9 years, maybe 10, it's got a little bit of corrosion on it and rust. So I'm going to try to take care of that today, while I'm also taking care of my late birthday present that I bought for myself. This is a 5-string bass. It is a Armand Pilot Pro Series 5, as you can see right there. It is Korean made. I picked it up at a local pawn shop for about 90 bucks. It was listed for 73, but I also got the 2-year, or not 2-year, the 6-month protection, all that fees. Pretty sweet looking guitar. I love the grain on it, but it's got a little bit of gunk and buildup on the fretboard, and I'm pretty sure whoever had this last had a puppy or a cat, no telling. The Kramer's in pretty good shape. I did get some new strings to throw on it. I got some new strings I'm gonna put on this one too. But like in some of the deep scratches, there's a little bit of green corrosion. And looking at the tuning knobs, yeah, there's a little bit of rust there. I guess the case, it wasn't a closed case, but sitting in my closet for about 5 years being unplayed. I also ordered some new strings for my acoustic, but they will not be here till Tuesday. And my acoustic has been sitting out on a stand for a while. I dusted it off, but the string's probably need to be replaced too, so I'm just going to go and do all 3 of them. I'll go and do these 2 today, but yeah, these 2 definitely need some cleaning. This boy's also got some bad gross buildup right there, whatever that is, and whatever that stuff is. Really hope that's not any type of animal feces. Either way, I've got gloves. So, hopefully I can breathe some new life into this one and make this one a little bit better. Let's see where a couple of the screws on one side have rusted. That should be easy to take care of though. So, we're going to go through it. Alright, update. So I got the guitars wiped down. I went through and cleaned the fretboard really good on the bass, and also cleaned the electric as well. I tightened up some of these tuning knobs because they were really loose. They were like shaky loose. I tried to shine this up a little bit with some metal polish and a brush. They kind of get a little patina, but I kind of like the patina on the bass. It kind of goes with the color of it. There's still some on the knobs too, but I did kind of score the tops a little bit. They had some black grime on them. Guitar's been wiped down. Whoops, dropped my tuning thing. A little bit of stuff here. I need to wipe down this guitar a little more, but I had to take some of the tuning knobs off because they had some gunk on them. I soaked them in white vinegar for a while and then hit them with the brass brush and some of that metal polish. Still drying over here. Some of the screws too. The screws were pretty bad, so I had to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I took both of those out. About 7 of those out. Screws on this one were okay. Also, one of the sling screws and a little sling mechanism. A lot better now. I put a fresh 9-volt battery in the bass because apparently it takes one for some reason. I did notice that one of the things is pretty loose here, but I've never seen a bass with 5 knobs on it before. Then again, I've also never had a 5-string bass. There's definitely there's a little bit of gunk still in here, but I got the vast majority of it, and I think that'll be okay. Hit it with a little bit of polish. Probably hit this one with some more polish. But we're getting there. All it's really left now to do is to put the rest of the hardware back on that one. and put the strings on them. Oh, I also got to put the bridge back on that one. Anyway, I'll be right back after that. Alright, so something I did not know about 5-string bass guitars. I thought it would be just an extra one on the higher end. I thought it was the same string pattern as a 6-string guitar, but apparently it's not. 4-string basses, at least according to this article I'm reading here, 4-string basses are tuned an octave lower in EADG. 5 strings, on the other hand, can be either BEADG or EADGC. If you know music, then you know more or less what I'm talking about. And because I got D'Addario XLs, that's what they gave me when I told them I needed 5-string bass strings. Yeah, I got BEADG, I think. Pretty sure that's what they gave me. That's what this says right here. 5th being the biggest string. So, yeah. I might have to completely relearn how to play bass now. Given it has been a very long time since I played bass anyway, I sold my last bass. Fun times.
Meanwhile.
Alright, well, I got the 6-string back together. There's still a little bit of patina left, if that's what you want to call it, on these screws, but it's not as rusty looking as it was. And I put the fresh strings on it. I used, I don't have the package anymore, Kona brand strings. They're made in China, but they're pretty decent. They're actually half the price of Ernie Ball. That's what I was going to get. I got them from a local shop here in town, and they sound pretty good. Here, they're back together. Still a little bit of green on that one, that's okay. It's the first time I changed strings out on this guitar in a while. I don't think the bass has ever had strings changed out on it. Speaking of, so right now I've currently got it with 3 strings on it. It is tuned to EAD, even though that's actually supposed to be a B string. Yeah, I messed up on that. I should have done more homework on 5-string basses, I guess. I didn't realize that a lot of them are tuned to B EAD, not EADG. Or no, BEADG, not EADGC, or high C bass. So I actually ordered some strings just now for that tuning, and I'll probably be changing those out later this week. You can buy single strings, but I didn't really want to do that because they're like $9 a piece. By the time you order enough of them, you might as well order a new thing of strings. You can also apparently buy those single strings and get a set of 4 strings, but once again, you're running into pricing issues. And then there's my acoustic, which I don't remember the last time I changed out strings on this. I actually think the strings on it are for an electric. I'm not entirely sure. It's got the color-coded strings, so I'm pretty sure those are D'Addarios. Still sounds fairly good. Maintains its tuning pretty well. It's just been sitting out for so long. There's actually some build-up over here on the tuning. I don't know if you can see it, there's a little bit of buildup on the brass pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one, it needs a good cleanup too, there's still a lot of dust on it. Even though I've been playing it quite a bit recently. It just needs a good cleanup. I really want to get the electric parts inside fixed, because that's hanging loose and I don't think those ever worked. So I might just end up taking it to the shop one day. I might end up taking the bass too, I don't know yet. But that's where I'm at with this right now. I will update y'all. Alright, I got my electric working again. There was something, I guess there was corrosion in the input, so I had to pop this plate off and unscrew it, and I cleaned it with the end bristles of this brass brush a little bit, and also with a cotton swab and some high percentage rubbing alcohol. And that seemed to do the trick. It was like it was grounding out, so it's not doing it now. So, that one's taken care of. And next on... Oh, actually. I actually got the electric components working in my acoustic, which for some reason is in a laundry basket. Yeah, all it needed was a 9-volt battery. I plugged it in and it works great. So now I can move forward with replacing the strings and giving it a clean up, because still got some dust built up on it. I also knocked off some of the oxidation off the brass tunings, but I think the patina actually looks pretty good on it. So next is that, and then of course putting the right strings on this bass. And when I say right, I mean E-A-D-G. C. I'm sorry. And for that I've got these, picked up off Amazon. These were highly recommended when I looked it up. So these are 5 medium C's, medium high C's, 30 to 100s, GHS boomers. So these should work out nicely. I hope. Because these are like 28 bucks. Alright. Alright. The new strings are on, and I didn't snap any while tuning. One thing I do like of this GHS boomers is this red wrapping around where they go around the tunings. I like that. It really pops against that teal finish. And it sounds pretty good. I just tested it a while ago. Now on to the acoustic. Alright, I got the acoustic strings undone. So this one had colored ends on the string. I don't remember if these were Deodarios or Fender brand. Because I used to have a Fender, one of those kit acoustics, before I had this. And I think those might have been leftover strings from that. I'm not sure. These are what's going on it. The Elixir 1256 light medium acoustics, 8020 bronze for a bright, focused, smooth sound. 11077. These were a little more expensive than Didarios and Ernie Balls, but based on what I've read, they have a much longer life than most of the competition. So I figured I'd give them a shot, especially since I play my acoustic more than anything, or at least recently. That might change. So yeah, let's get these things on.
20 minutes later.
Alright, I just finished restringing the acoustic, and it sounds a lot brighter. I'm happy with that.